The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello and welcome to TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irujak. In this edition, COI reveals dispute in RPNG structure, 64-year-old graduates in cookery, and Kwalam Apisa honored with a plaque. Over 10,000 people from villages in the Lower Ramu River area in Yawar local level government converged to the Wankin village waterfront on Sunday, October the 7th to welcome Medang Governor Ramsey Pariwa, who traveled to the region using the new 30-kilometer road. The road is the governor's personal contribution following a financial literacy training program conducted by Medang Commerce, where participants, mostly farmers, expressed their struggles with infrastructure and access road to the market. The people of Yawar LLG are celebrating the new 30-kilometer road into the remote region. The road construction was a personal contribution by Governor for Medang Ramsey Pariwa. Governor Pariwa purchased fuel for machinery from the Department of Works and Highways to have the road cut from the jungles of Barit to Wankin village. The road serves the needs of people in the hinterlands who only utilize bush tracks to date, especially those living along the banks of the Ramu River. Wards 35, 26, 39 and 32 along Barit-Igom areas can use the road to bring crops to market and access government services. Other wards in the Middle Ramu district can also use this road link for similar purposes. Yawar Ward 35 community leader Joseph Mambura said the road from Barit to Wankin was a track created in 1963 by the colonial administration. It was left to its own demise for 6 decades.
People looking for number one man, the walkabout, now you look, that you are in Bellevue, now worry, those people look all the top, look Medang province. Now all of a sudden, now you come to Boga, now you come look at me black. Thank you, look walkabout to you.
Medang Provincial Works deployed an excavator to the area to rebuild the road again. During a financial literacy training program conducted in the area, it was brought to light that farmers in Yawar needed this road very much to improve and expand their agribusiness. Many of them are subsistence farmers. The bad road condition has been a serious hurdle and not supportive of the farmers' efforts. Meantime, the week-long financial literacy training facilitated by the Medang Commerce Division saw the participation of 105 farmers. They received their certificates on the Sunday that the governor traveled on the new road into Wankin.
Financial literacy training. So that tomorrow we put in the program. Blessing me, 5 million you site. Tomorrow we finish los office block governor na mi ko lokanaka place. Mi bamama social time is down mi put in the program blessing me. Na as place beginning ni madang or come at million na. You know me give million kina lol. That's all going financial literacy training. Now look at the model, now growing model. Now come at million na tomorrow. That's the way forward. That's the future.
Salome Vincent, TV1 News.
Commissioner Justice Elena Spatari at the Commission of Inquiry into the RPNGC January 10th civil unrest summoned the Department of Personnel Management Secretary Taya Sansan to clarify if the current RPNGC structure issued to the inquiry is legal or not. Secretary Sansan has revealed that a little over 14,000 positions were created in the Royal PNG Constabulary and that all of them were approved by the Salaries and Condition Monetary Committee in 2021 when the SCMC reviewed the RPNGC structure.
Secretary for the Department of Personnel Management, Tai Sansan, was told by Commissioner Justice Elenis Batari at the Commission of Inquiry Tuesday to clarify the Royal Papua New Guinea Constabulary structure because the structure she presented during a testimony was different from what the inquiry had. Sansan said she needed time to go through the structure and would respond Thursday this week.
They highlighted in the submission the intention was to cater for all the anomalies in the RPNGC generally and do a total organization review and restructure. So that was done and submitted on the 19th of April 2021. The SCMC, in response to that, approved it. And it approved it in 2 phases for implementation. So currently we are going through phase 1 of the implementation of that clarified structure.
Some of the issues disputed about the structure include one where positions outlined in the structure issued to the inquiry is different from the structure presented by Secretary Sansan. This includes divisional commanders such as the Highlands West Commander and Division Commander Border. These positions, according to Batari, are not in the structure issued to the inquiry.
Something that might be, quite serious for the RPNGC, to the extent that that may be an illegal structure. It may be unlawful. But I want some more clarification on it. There was, as we all know, some existing divisions like the Southern Command,
yes,
the Highland. What happened to those? Are there? Is this what you have there? Were they kind of?
They were brought into the clarified structure which they submitted in 2021,
yeah,
just to rename properly and.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know.
Batari said there is a possibility of having a legal structure in the force. However, this will be clarified when the Secretary reverts with a detailed report of the structure on Thursday. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
49 police officers who were promoted to a higher rank were conferred through a commissioning ceremony today at the Bomana National Center of Excellence.
Of the 49 officers, 2 officers were promoted to superintendent and chief inspector respectively. 4 were promoted to senior inspector, 1 was endorsed to an inspector, 16 promoted to chief sergeant, 7 were promoted to sergeant, 8 to senior constable, and 9 were promoted to first constable. Assistant Commissioner of Police for Training, Peter Philip, said most of the officers promoted are from the recruitment training wing. Their promotion was based on their hard work, determination, and resilience to serve the force and the people of Papua New Guinea. He said the promotion comes annually based on the decision of the Commissioner of Police, David Manning. However, most of these officers usually put their new rank without a commissioning ceremony. Today's event is a first of its kind. Philip said the RPNGC has been rated as the most undisciplined force in Papua New Guinea. Therefore, it is the responsibility of these officers to put more emphasis on discipline when training recruits.
Discipline because it all began at Bomana Police College. Then we go out and you have to maintain it. The problem we have now and where the public is very much concerned about discipline is personal behavior. So every member of the police force, and I speak for the police force, it's not the responsibility of your commanding officer or commissioner to come and tell you what is discipline.
The officers were challenged that higher ranks and promotions come with many responsibilities, and they are expected to perform to the best of their ability. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Today marked another milestone in the execution of major projects under the Civil Aviation Development Investment Project 2. More importantly, after almost 10 years of operations, the Arapa Airport will now get a major upgrade, which will no doubt improve connectivity.
The contract signing between the National Airports Corporation and China Railway Construction Group Company Limited for the aircraft pavement strengthening, new terminal building and associated works at Arapa Airport in the autonomous region of Bougainville marks a significant step in advancing this high-impact aviation infrastructure project. The contract for the Arapa Airport upgrade project was awarded to CRCG Limited at a value of 58 million kina, following a meticulous tender and evaluation process. CRCG Limited was awarded the contract after successfully meeting all requirements under the Asian Development Bank's procurement guidelines.
We're driving 10AC partnerships. We're looking for partnerships. We're looking for support. In a lot of these things, we can't do it alone. And I'm pleased to say that in the case of ABG, we've signed an agreement with ABG to support us in terms of what they do, their obligations, to support us with a contractor so that together we can deliver the project.
I congratulate CRCG Limited for being the successful bidder of the project and affirm that the Transport and Civil Aviation Ministry is committed and will continue to provide guidance and support in the implementation and delivery of the project.
The airport upgrade comes after a decade of operations. Undoubtedly, this upgrade will improve connectivity, thus boosting economic growth in the autonomous region of Bougainville.
The guarantee of the completion of the Arapa Airport is there, and I have witnessed before I wasn't the president that the guarantee still continues, and we and the people and each government will totally secure and guarantee the contractor moving forward. Economic springboard the government and its people are trying to create is for the people. Our people must benefit from within.
NAC anticipates a productive collaboration between NAC, CRCG Limited and the ABG to ensure the successful delivery of the project.
It will be the third major contract to be signed under the CADIP 2 project. ADB is honored and pleased to be able to support the improvement of the Arapa Airport with the new passenger terminals and associated work, as this will contribute toward sustainable social and economic growth of the autonomous region of Bougainville.
The project will be implemented over 28 months and is anticipated to commence in the first quarter of 2025. Maricela Kelleton, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. Stay tuned for more of what's making headlines today.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Hiya, Mama. You wait time, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magical cuddle, get up and big smile on face. Time for kimchi and a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste P&G loves.
Open lens.
says the best Hunters players come from his region. So does she. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SB Lager, Bungim Yumi.
A quick favorite meal for the day does feel good. Snacks noodles is my choice for a simple meal. It is easy to prepare and fast to cook. And with a touch of flavor and ingredients, quality noodles that can be cooked and enjoyed in many different ways. You see, my whole family loves it. It's made here in PNG and comes in different pack sizes. Snacks noodles, tastier by you like you more.
Superstition ain't the way.
Welcome back. A 64-year-old man from Gulf Province says it is not too late to get an education after he graduated today with a certificate in cookery. He was one of several trainees who graduated from the Daughters of Mary Immaculate Help Humanity International PNG Association in the 5th graduating class of 2024. Who says it's too late to get an education? Not 64-year-old Eric Kosipi from Uaripi village in Gulf Province. Kosipi just graduated with a certificate in catering from a cookery training facilitated by the Daughters of Mary Immaculate Help Humanity International PNG Association. The single father said the cookery training has given him a whole new life again after he lost his only child.
Sisters all come giving training and good lolo. Me by Sim Savana because me stop nothing na. No I walk too na. All good lolo sisters come training me lolo this law skills lo cooking na. Me am master lo this law skills giving me. I'm by happy me lo behind future time for me. Thanking big man to lo. Give me knowledge lo working this law skills. No cooking. We got one pla beginning, that's learn by finish. No, me almost slow this the sisters all come training me lo. It's like cooking skills. Was behind time by helping me one time family for me. So we can learn him or family behind lo. How lo cooking kai.
PNG Country Director Sister Devadas, Catherine, shed light on the vision and mission of the training and what they aim to fulfill. She elaborated on their mission strategy in Papua New Guinea and how they aim to empower women, children, and the community.
Our mission, loving God and serving the poor, fully human and fully alive. Our mission, committed to love and serve the poor and marginalized communities unconditionally, especially the women and the children are enabled to get their legitimate share in education, health, security and livelihood and free them from human bondages.
DMI HHI PNG Association confirmed that in the year 2024, with assistance of member for Northeast John Kaupa, the association was able to focus on individuals for specific trades of sewing and catering and professions and provided the knowledge of skills to 451 people.
So DMI sisters are doing something to help yourself. Remember, train you to be, from nobody to somebody. As long as I'm the member for most minorities, if I am around in next election, I will continue support.
The DMI HHI PNG Association is targeting the marginalized through its operations in the nation's capital. In 2022, 300 members enhanced overall quality of life and enabled individuals to direct personal and social changes effectively through skill training, and these numbers are growing. Representing Governor for NCD, Powers Pakop, was project officer from the Office of the NCD Governor, Teresita Lomoy. She acknowledged the trainees and the DMI sisters and shared that Governor Pakop is committed to supporting their service in NCD.
Remember that working together, you have the power to create positive change in your own lives and in the lives of those around you. The DMI sisters have equipped you with knowledge and skills to break the cycle of poverty and to build a sustainable future for yourselves.
The International Monetary Fund has reached a staff-level agreement with Papua New Guinea after reviewing the progress under the government's home-ground economic reforms. This is supported by the Extended Credit Facility and Extended Fund Facility arrangements of about $918 million and discussed the government's request for access to the Resilience and Sustainability Facility.
The International Monetary Fund has approved the policies needed to complete the third reviews of the Extended Credit Facility and Extended Fund Facility arrangement with PNG. They also approved a new 24-month Resilience and Sustainability Facility arrangement with excess of $265 million. This financial arrangement will enhance PNG's capacity to address challenges posed by climate change and reinforce its resilience. The proposed RSF arrangement is subjected to approval by the IMF Executive Board, which would help build policy buffers and contribute to enhancing the effective implementation of PNG's climate commitments. PNG would become the first Pacific Island country to benefit from the RSF support. Building on these commitments, reforms under the proposed RSF arrangement will focus on strengthening disaster risk management capacity, supporting the inclusion of climate consideration in public investment decisions, encouraging the development of green finance, and enhancing mitigation policies. These reforms, which will be supported by capacity development activities from PNG's international partners, are expected to catalyze financing for climate and sustainable development. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
The International Monetary Fund has indicated that Papua New Guinea's economic outlook remains positive and growth is expected to increase to 4.5% in 2024 from 2.9% in 2023.
The resumption of activities at the Porgera gold mine and improvement in access to foreign exchange have contributed to the economic growth of the country. According to the International Monetary Fund, the country's outlook remains positive, with the average headline inflation projected to remain low at 1.3% in 2024, while core inflation is projected to moderately increase to 3.9% in 2024, while staying below the historical average, mainly driven by food and transportation costs. The government's continuous progress in implementing its structural reform agenda, focused on advancing budget repair, modernizing central banking, and improving governance, has contributed to the positive outlook. These reforms are bearing fruit with notable positive outcomes, including the easing of foreign exchange shortages, which contributes to improving the business environment, the reduction of excess liquidity in the banking sector, which enhances monetary policy transmission, a lower fiscal deficit, which strengthens public debt sustainability, and progress in the operationalization of the anti-corruption framework. Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Fuel prices for October have dropped, according to the Independent Consumer and Competition Commission. These prices took effect on Tuesday, the 8th of October 2024.
For this month of October, the indicative retail prices for petrol, diesel and kerosene will decrease on average throughout Papua New Guinea. The price decreases are mainly attributed to lower oil demand in China and increased production from the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries and its allies. The domestic retail fuel prices for this month are inclusive of the import party prices or the imported cost for each petroleum product. Domestic sea and road freight rates for the third quarter of 2024, the annual wholesale and retail margins for 2024, and the goods and services tax including the applicable excise duties among other parameters. As a result of adding all the various cost components, the maximum retail price movements for petrol, diesel and kerosene import Mosby will decrease as follows: toya per litre. Petrol is 4 kina 18 toya, diesel 3 kina 88 toya, and kerosene 3 kina 62 toya. For all other centers, the maximum retail prices for each regulated petroleum product will all change on average as follows: petrol 16.67 toya per litre, diesel 19.73 toya per litre, and kerosene 18.77 toya per litre. Meantime, as part of the ICCC's enforcement and compliance of fuel prices, their investigation officers will conduct inspections of all service stations to ensure prices of declared petroleum products comply with the allowable maximum prices.
And now the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at 0.2547 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying 0.2472 US dollars, 0.3634 Australian dollars, 0.2175 euro, and 36.30 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, coffee, cocoa, and crude oil closed higher, gold, copper, and palm oil closed lower, and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. This is TV1 News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo and milk taste and added nutrients, Milo and milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Hot in talk, young or old, a scale race family meal with home. We'll bring out the smiles cause it's our favorite for minds. Tennessee cola, scale rice on scale price. Tennessee cola, scale rice on scale price. Amber, you like it?
Rugby League is a powerful force that unites Papua New Guinea and develops our youth. Through partnerships with the PNG LNG Kumals, Grassroots Rugby League and Justin Olam, we aim to instill skills to last a lifetime.
I'm community blue. When it's on you welcome, I'm a community. You must also community.
When we invest in people, we invest in tomorrow's possibilities.
Deadliest Catch, tonight 7:30 on Discovery.
Thanks for staying with us. In regional news, after 5 years of direct rule by New Delhi, results are in for assembly elections in Indian-controlled Kashmir. Voter turnout was notable, a shift from past elections and an indication of the region's growing engagement with a democratic process despite complex political tensions.
Yesterday, it became clear Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Bharatiya Janata Party would fall short of seats, with an opposition alliance formed by the Congress Party and Regional Party National Conference in the lead. The BJP won at least 29 seats in the Hindu-majority Jammu region, but didn't pick up any in Kashmir. These were the first assembly polls to be held since India's general election earlier this year, which saw Mr. Modi return to power with a reduced majority. It's also the first local poll since the government stripped the Muslim-majority region of its autonomy. Following that move, a sweeping crackdown took place. Thousands of additional troops were deployed, hundreds were detained, and the internet was cut off for over 18 months, marking the world's longest internet blackout. Kashmir was already one of the world's most militarized regions, claimed by both India and Pakistan. And since the 1990s, an armed insurgency against Indian rule has taken thousands of lives, including civilians and security forces. Many Kashmiris have historically boycotted elections, seeing it as an endorsement of India's rule. But many voters told the ABC that this time they wanted to use their ballots to voice their concerns after years of direct rule by New Delhi. Many separatists also participated in these elections. While the BJP hasn't secured seats to govern Kashmir, they look set to win a straight third term in the state of Haryana, which also had polls in recent weeks.
Technology experts are warning digitally altered videos of politicians will become a threat to democracy and could alter election results. Australia's first political deepfake was posted on social media about 4 years ago. Since then, it has become harder to detect what is real and what is not.
Artificial intelligence and politics, a modern debate threatening an ancient principle. Australia's first political deepfake debuted more than 4 years ago.
A deepfake is an AI-generated simulation of a real person, making them say or do things that they didn't really say or do.
And it's becoming easier and faster to make deepfakes, and harder to detect them.
In the intervening years, we've seen deepfakes used to mislead elsewhere in the world, including in advance of the US election.
The current Premier has also been subjected to deepfakes ahead of the Queensland election. His voice was manipulated to sell Bitcoin.
I'm about to enter a meeting, but I just wanted to talk to you as I haven't been able to do that since I promised.
In my opinion, it is going to be a threat to democracy.
With the ability to spread misinformation.
That could have a huge impact in terms of how the voters cast their votes, and then it could change the result of the election.
We made a deepfake in minutes, just by using an app. The Queensland Labor Premier says his party won't be creating deepfakes, but an LNP spokesperson says it's a way for them to connect to younger voters.
I think it is our responsibility while using social media is to double check and always rely on reliable sources.
Mental health issues like depression and anxiety are widespread in workplaces and can severely impact productivity. This year's theme, chosen by the World Federation for Mental Health, is "It is time to prioritize mental health in the workplace." The theme highlights the critical need to create healthier work environments that support mental well-being. World Mental Health Day 2024 will emphasize workplace mental health issues, including stress management, social inclusion, and supportive policies. By prioritizing mental health, workplaces can foster environments where employees thrive and contribute positively. Back home, Prime Minister James Marape has called on Dirio Gas, PNG Power Limited, and relevant stakeholders to provide a full report on the Dirio situation that is impacting power consumers in Port Moresby. This request comes in light of the existing PNG power purchase agreement.
The Prime Minister has expressed concern that the terms of the power purchase agreement between DIRIO and PNG Power Limited, designed to deliver affordable and reliable power to consumers, have not been fully realized as the government had anticipated when the agreement was signed. He noted that this situation also applies to other PPAs with private power producers such as Edevu and New Power, as well as entities that supply diesel-generated power under various agreements. He reiterated that the government's commitment to providing low-cost, reliable and clean electricity not only for power consumers in Port Moresby and Lae, but also for urban centers and rural communities across Papua New Guinea. The Prime Minister clarified that DIRIO is owned by 5 provincial governments and landowners of the PNG LNG project under agreed terms and conditions. He emphasized that once the report on DIRIO is received by the end of the week, the government will consider reviewing the PPA and its terms and conditions. Where necessary, negotiations with PNG LNG project and other relevant stakeholders will be conducted to ensure the availability of low-cost power for consumers, which was the original intent. He also noted that PPL had previously purchased more costly power from Moitaka and Kanudi power projects. In response, the government sought cleaner and cheaper energy sources, which led to partnerships with DIRIO, Edevu, and New Power. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
In a thrilling fusion of superheroes and soda, Coca-Cola and Marvel brought fans an unforgettable experience with their Deadpool v Wolverine VIP competition. The nationwide contest gave 1 winner and 3 friends the chance to be flown to Port Moresby for a private screening, complete with flights, accommodation, meals and exclusive Coca-Cola merchandise. To win, participants had to collect limited edition Marvel-themed Coca-Cola cans and share creative photos with their squad on social media using the hashtags #AssembleYourHeroes. The winners from Lae, Medang and Kokopo enjoyed a star-studded night at Paradise Cinema, joined by PNG content creators, influencers and other special guests. And that ends the news segment. Next, in sports, Wanderers outclassed Sunam and Women's PM's 13 team announced.
These two are creeping into your personal space. Why don't we send them packing? Oh, maybe not.
Bing bang bing, bum bum. In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 26 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Discover your home away from home at the Sidla Bay Hotel in Lorengau, Manus Province. Whether business or leisure, our modern amenities, delicious local cuisine, and serene surroundings will make you feel right at home. Book your stay now. Call 7496-3232 or email reservations@sidlabayhotel.com.pg. Sidla Bay Hotel, where your Manus adventure begins.
More than the life we know, there is more to what the future holds. You me holy man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This has been a dream know before I was in the business.
They can build anything they want to compete for the Riddler.
We want it better than what we're even used to.
Kindig Customs Road to the Riddler, tonight, 8:30 on Turbo.
You can find all our local news, sports, and entertainment on the TV1 Extra page on our website. TV1 Extra gives you access to Scope, Hunters, and digital ExxonMobil Cup highlights, and many more. Just one click to access. Stay updated, stay entertained. TV1 Online, just one click away.
Welcome back. The PNG Kumuls took time off training today for a short tour of the digital head office in Gordon's Port Moresby. Coach Jason Demetrio and the playing group comprising both PM's 13 and Pacific Championship squads met digital executives before a meet and greet with staff.
The Kumuls team visited digital headquarters today again to reaffirm the ongoing partnership between the company and the PNG Rugby Football League as a leading sponsor and broadcaster of the PNG RFL-sanctioned rugby league programs, including the Digital ExxonMobil Cup and the PNG Hunters. The Kumuls were welcomed by Digital CEO Tariq Bolyov and Digital Vice President Lorna McPherson to the company's boardroom, followed by a short media conference with Kumuls coach Jason Demetrio and PM's 13 co-captains, Judah Rimbu and Liam Horn. The Kumuls then took time to meet staff before departing. Kumuls were also given the opportunity to visit the TVWAN transmission room before they left.
This is condition for all our home channels. So that's from TV1 to TV1 Plus and TV1 Sports.
Since his appointment to the top Kumul job, Coach Demetrio has been proactive in trying to understand and embrace the PNG environment and culture and getting used to the boys.
Yeah, it's been great. Just said to the boys when I first got here, it's crazy where rugby league takes you sometimes, and to be in PNG coach on the national side is something that I never expected, but yeah, really excited to be here and grateful for the privilege to lead this group of men. But they've been a pleasure to coach. They've get on really well. Trying to slow them down at training a bit sometimes and stop them bashing each other too much. But it's been pretty easy transition. Today was probably our best session and things are looking good for the weekend.
Ahead of his first gig against the Australian PM's 13 this Sunday, Coach Demetrio said since the team moved into camp early this week, the boys are bonding well and in high spirits.
I said today to the players, it's a different feel in this type of rep camp because the jersey means so much to the players, and you can feel that. You can feel the passion and the energy that when they go out in the training field, that they're getting excited to represent their province, their family, and their country. And I'm just really privileged to be part of that.
Speaking for the first time since his appointment as the PM13 captain, Hunters superstar number 9 Judah Rimbu said it's a big honor and privilege to be given the captaincy. He thanked Coach Demetrio and the staff for their trust in his leadership.
Yeah, it's a good experience for young boys. Same like last year I did. It's a good experience for me, and just like Coach said, there's like the selections on the table, so the young boys need to step up, and just like last year I did. So I believe in the young boys. They did better in others, so I reckon they'll do better on Sunday as well.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
PNG's veteran tennis coach and mentor, the late Kwalam Apisa, has been honored with the unveiling of the Kwalam Apisa plaque and the naming of Court 2 of the Port Moresby Tennis Courts as the Kwalam Apisa Court. Apisa, who passed away in 2020, was an accomplished PNG representative tennis player at the prime of his career between 1981 and 2003. In 1982, he started the junior tennis coaching on Saturday mornings with a dream that one day these young players would break into professional tennis.
In recognition of veteran tennis coach and mentor, the late Kwalam Apisa's service and dedication to the sport, his daughter and PNG tennis star Abigail Tere Apisa was on hand to unveil the signage at the Port Moresby Rackets Club, honoring the man who fathered and mentored her among many young Papua New Guineans over the years through his work as coach and trainer. The small but significant event took place on Tuesday this week.
Yeah, it's just really special, you know, and really well deserved. My dad's really given so much to the sport in the last, 30 or so years. And, you know, as I mentioned before, I wished it was something that he was honored while he was still around. But obviously that's not the case. But again, yeah, it's a really special gesture, I guess, that TPL has done, not only for my dad, but really for my own family as well. And I'm really glad that I get to kind of carry on his legacy now that I've started coaching. Yeah, we're just really thankful, very happy. And
Abigail also reflected briefly on her young tennis days and how tough Dad was and the discipline he instilled in his children, not only at home, but out on the tennis courts. But off the court, she said her dad was a very happy man, loving and open to everyone, even though she didn't get to spend a lot more time with him because he was busy with other kids as well.
That's a little bit of a tough one. I think he couldn't really find the balance. That's tough being, you know, dad and a coach as well. So, but yeah, I just remember he was always very tough on me, especially in a group setting with all the other kids. And I think that was also expected of me because he was the coach. But no, like off the court, he was just, you know, I just remember him as a really happy man, happy guy. And I mean, I didn't really get to spend a lot of time on the court with him, obviously because he had other clients and other kids that he was coaching.
On behalf of CPL Group, General Manager Marketing Advertising Chris Lam was honored to have put his hand up and sponsor the plaque, in addition to CPL sponsorship of the recent Open tournament and other events as well. Lam said this year they wanted to come in a bit more on tennis, and doing this plaque is one way of respecting and honoring the legacy Coach Kwalam Apisa built, and also honoring the Apisa family as well as their contributions to sport in PNG.
That's why doing this plaque is also a way of, you know, respecting and honoring the legacy that Coach Kwalam had set and had created. And yeah, it's just also honoring the Apisa family as well and their contributions to our sport in PNG.
Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
On Saturday, October the 12th, the Ella Beach Volleyball Courts will witness the start of the NCDC Corporate Beach Volleyball Competition. This event marks a milestone in the Port Moresby corporate sports scene, introducing a fast-paced, challenging version of volleyball set to captivate players and spectators alike. The competition brings together an impressive mix of teams, including well-known names from the Port Moresby Corporate Volleyball Competition and some exciting newcomers. Unlike the indoor game, beach volleyball demands not only skill but also stamina, agility and mental toughness. The sandy surface, combined with exposure to the elements, sun, wind and heat, creates a new set of challenges. The NCDC Corporate Beach Volleyball Competition is a unique blend of sport, corporate networking and fun in the sun. Total Energy's PNG Corporate Touch Rugby team, PNG Comaras, were recently crowned champions after winning the Touch Rugby Centennial Edition tournament of 100 teams, beating 99 other representatives affiliate teams from across Asia-Pacific, the Middle East, Africa, Americas and Europe. The PNG Comaras secured their victory in their final game against the Geneva Jets on the second day of the two-day tournament on October the 5th. PNG Comaras played against the top teams from France, the Netherlands, Qatar, Belgium and Switzerland in the pool and final stages. The 12-member Comaras team, consisting of 7 men and 5 women, demonstrated their strength and determination, embodying the spirit of their name. Komara said the experience was truly unforgettable. After several months of training hard in Port Moresby, being able to interact with colleagues from across the globe, and overall winning the tournament. The Socceroos have wrapped up their first full training session under new coach Tony Popovic as they prepare to face China in Adelaide on Thursday. The key will be finding ways to break down the defense-minded Chinese with a strong contingent of local players ready and answer the call for the World Cup qualifier.
For one of the nation's smallest states, South Australia is punching above its weight with 7 players in the Socceroos squad.
Yeah, we have our own floor, very exclusive. It's Adelaide's good to be back, and yeah, we've got a strong representation from South Australia, so it's very proud.
I mean, I always knew deep down how good I was and I believed in myself.
They stretch from goalkeeping ranks right through to strikers.
Not a coincidence. I think South Australia has got a lot of talent, and I think we've shown that over the years that we can have a good representation from this state and from this city. And I think going forward that'll still be the case from what I've seen.
And the likes of McGree, Craig Goodwin and Nestri Irankunda in particular will be hoping to be the creative sparks to help new coach Tony Popovic unlock a defend at all costs last place Chinese side.
Obviously, them being away from home, they're going to sit very deep, try and keep a clean sheet.
We'd have to find ways to break these teams down and avoid getting frustrated and kind of find a way to win.
That victory will be critical as the currently winless Socceroos back up against Japan next Tuesday.
The 2024 NCD football season is tracking well, with 100+ teams participating. So far, they have completed 10 rounds of competition played at the Sir John Guy Stadium. The games are played in 8 divisions every Saturday.
It's been a marked increase in the number of participating teams from 87 in 2023 to over 100 this year, marking NCD Football Association the biggest in the country. The divisions participated in the elite men and women, under 23s men, under 19, under 17 and under 15 boys and girls. President Vone Capinato has been overwhelmed by the interest and the love for soccer from across the city and the surrounding Motukoita villages such as Boira of Napa Napa and Maukele from the Fisherman Islands. She's also amazed to see more young talent in the under-19s, under-17s and under-15s, especially girls, coming out and actively getting involved on weekends, which is encouraging. Capinato said more women in football is what OFC and FIFA would want to see.
It's really good. We have some little hiccups because, clubs coming from different parts of the city and outside of, like, we have Buria from Napa Napa area, and we have other team from Fisherman Island, that's the Mokele. Then most of them around the city in the urban settlement. But we didn't have any serious problem, just only misunderstanding of a few other things. But it's very exciting because we are now in round 10. Looking forward for round 11, then our second round will be on. It's very encouraging because I can see that there is a lot of, especially for the girls, we can have a lot of youths with the boys, but rarely to see the girls. But seeing them very active this season, it's really encouraging because OFC and FIFA really want to see women involved heavily in football. And to me, I would say we have the biggest competition for the youths.
Capinato stressed that the competition is also tailored towards inclusiveness and promoting youth development in football and fair play. The president was pleased to announce that 9 NSL under-17 girls and 9 NSL under-17 boys currently playing in the youth competition.
And the great news for us, we have our 9 under-17 girls in the youth NSL PNGFA and 9 NSL boys for the under-17 that playing in our youth competition with PNGFA currently.
Capinato said the competition has also realized that this is a good pathway and a stepping stone for clubs to expose their raw talent for other opportunities in football. The president said it is her dream one day these young players will end up playing at the NSL level and even representing the country in the future. 10 rounds are remaining before the competition heads into the finals playoffs. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Southern, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain. Port Moresby, mostly cloudy with some rain showers and thunderstorm. Mombasa, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain over West Sepik and East Sepik. Lae, rain showers and possible thunderstorm. New Guinea Islands, isolated showers and thunderstorms with areas of rain over Arab. Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy with possible brief showers. Highlands, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms with areas of rain. Bendi, Tari and Wabe, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, seas rather rough to rough with east to southeast winds of 20 to 33 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas light with northeast to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerma to Yule Island to Hood Point to Summer Islands. Sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 3 meters at times along warning areas. Waters of Summer Islands to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 1.0 to 2 meters rising to 3 meters along the warning areas. Waters of Fincher Fen through Vitia Strait to Siasilong Islands to Manam, Karkar Islands, seas 1.5 to 2.5 meters rising to 3 meters at times. Waters of Vedang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, and waters of New Ireland to East New Britain to Bougainville, sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that wraps up the news tonight. Thanks for your company. Bye now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.